NFL Daily Mailbag time. Mitchell Renz, Tom Downey here at Chat Sports. If you want to get your questions featured on the show, well, first off, you got to join us live. When we go live every Monday and Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. So make sure you hit that sub button and turn on those notifications. First question coming in here from Kenneth Booker. What premier free agent linemen are available in the offseason?
Fitting that Kenneth Booker wants some offensive line help, I assume, for your
Broncos.
Denver Broncos. From an offensive tackle perspective, your top guys are going to be a Trent Williams, Taylor Motton. Maybe the Panthers let him leave. Trent, of course, plays for the 49ers. Alejandro Villanueva. Off interior, Brandon Schreff, Joe Tooney, Alex Mack, Corey Lindsey. It's not a great group, and here's why. Most NFL teams don't let go of the few good offensive linemen that they find.
True.
So it's not a great group, and you know what? Honestly, one of the best players might be Garrett Bowles, the Denver Broncos left tackle, who's been very much had a breakout year despite struggling early in his NFL career.
Next question coming in here from Navon Aurora. I think I got that right. Chances for the Cowboys to win the NFC East division.
25%.
I mean, they're 3-7 now. If you take care of business,
I think it's 25%. Look, I think the Giants, Washington, Cowboys, and Philadelphia all have fairly equal chances to win. It's going to come down to the final couple weeks of the season.
Next question coming in here from Dude. Where's my van? Love it. I think yes. Should the Texans trade J.J. Watt?
I think it's just VJJ Watt.
I think it's J.J.
That sounds really inappropriate.
I'm not the one that said it. So, Dude, where's my van? I understand the question. There was a lot of trade rumors around J.J. Watt during the deadline. Obviously, it can't happen now, but in the offseason, potentially, for Houston, if you move on from Watt, you save basically like $17 million. Or you could just cut him. It's going to cost you nothing. So, for me, I think from top to bottom, if I'm Houston, I actually probably move on from because I don't know if they're going to win anything and maybe you can get a first or second round pick. Probably not a first.
If you get a second, what means more to you? A second round pick or a player who really drastically impacts your defense, who is on the back end of his career? I say no, Mitch, but you're still going to go yes, trade him?
Yeah, I'm going to go yeah, but just for the simple fact of I don't think that Houston can win now, and I don't think they're going to be able to win next year as well, obviously, right? So for me, I get how important J.J. Watt is to your organization, to your football team, but at 32 years old, you don't have a first or a second round pick. Maybe you move on from him, save some money as well, get a few extra draft picks. That's my take, though. But you disagree with me? So, Tom's going to disagree with me here. Sorry, I thought you guys clicked it. It's all good. But, yes, if you guys disagree with me, go ahead, let me know in the comment section. Should the Texans trade J.J. Watt? Or if you think he's going to play somewhere else, hey, let us know down there. That's what Chat Sports all about. Try to predict the future. Where will J.J. end up playing in 2021? If you think it's going to be with the Houston Texans, hey, type Texans. If you think it's going to be somewhere else, we'll scroll on down in the comment section and let us know. I promise you one thing, if J.J. Watt is traded, we're going to be making a video about it. And if you need videos around the NFL every single day, subscribe to Chat Sports. Click that big red button and make sure you guys are always joining us for our live shows. Monday, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. I'm looking at you. Go down right underneath the video. Click that big red button. It says subscribe. All right, Tom's back here. We got Donald Pickard, Chiefs over the Bucs.
Yeah, I'm going to go KC in
I'm going to pick the Chiefs as well. The Bucs have not been playing very well. Tom Brady, well, he played great in the beginning.
He's exactly what I told you guys.
Starting to slow down a little bit here.
He's not a top 10 quarterback anymore. He's solid, but he's not a top 10 quarterback anymore. We have to accept that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you don't have to say sorry to me. Let's go to Ryan H. Raiders' most underrated 6-4 team.
You can take this one, Mitch.
There's parts of me that say yes, and there's parts of me that say no. Do I think they have the best offense? Honestly, out of all the 6-4 teams, I'll say yes. But they probably also have the worst defense out of all the 6-4 teams. I mean, you got the Raiders, the Cardinals are in there at 6-4, but I mean, the Ravens are out of the AFC. There's a lot of jumbled mess. But the issue is, it's the defense. That's why people don't respect the Raiders. Jesus Sanchez, can the Seahawks draft Ohio State players?
You're just trying to get your favorite college team players.
We saw you
on your
before the show
NFL team.
started, and you were going with Justin Fields. That ain't happening.
The issue for Seattle is, or I should say for Seattle and Ohio State, their top players for the Buckeyes are not going to last. Like Wyatt Davis is probably going to go round 1. Justin Fields is going to go top 3. Sean Wade probably doesn't last to the Seahawks' late second-round pick, excuse me. Maybe Josh Myers falls if you want an interior offensive lineman. I don't know if Chris Olave falls that far. The rest of the defense is either young or really not that good. They could go with another linebacker, but how many linebackers does Seattle need? So they can. I'm just not sure the needs and everything kind of align up properly.
So make sure you guys are using hashtag NFL or Super Chat to get your questions on the show. This next one is coming in from Kenneth Booker. What NFC team should be in the playoffs but won't because the NFC East will get in?
Bears are probably going to be the team left out, and honestly, does it matter that much in the end?
I was just going to say, Bears, the Vikings are probably
Who
up
couldn't
there.
beat the Cowboys?
Yeah, that's very, very true. I guess, it's probably going to end up being Chicago, but...
Fun fact, the expanding of the NFL playoffs, and this, by the way, is the entering Week 12 playoff picture. Because of this, the Cardinals are now in a pretty good shape to at least get that 7 seed, so 7 teams... It probably should have been 6, but because one of them are going to be the NFC's teams, this worked out pretty well, I think. At least hypothetically, it seems to be setting up as pretty good.
So I guess we're both going to go with the Bears there, Kenneth Booker. But, hey, if you guys want to disagree, go ahead. Let us know. All right, next question coming in here is from Christopher. Do you think that Waller will have a big game? So I guess you're referring to Darren Waller. I say yes. Absolutely. If you guys have Darren Waller in your fantasy leagues, play him because the Atlanta Falcons rank dead last in terms of points against. 58 catches. I believe it's like 622 yards, 8 touchdowns against tight ends. And honestly, they haven't played very good tight ends. And then Darren Waller, he's the main option there on that offense. So yes or no, do you like Black Friday deals? Yes or no, Tom? Everyone likes Black Friday deals.
I do like Black Friday deals, except when I can't get the damn PS5.
Oh, my gosh. You're still talking about PS5.
I can't get one. They've had Black Friday deals, and I failed repeatedly. It's ridiculous.
I will say this.
The bots beat me.
I'm going to miss a little bit dressing up in crazy outfits and then going through Walmart trying to get stuff. That's literally what I did my entire childhood. Oh, well, you'd wear crazy outfits. There's nothing to do in my hometown. So you'd wear crazy outfits, you go to Walmart, and you try to get whatever you can. That's what I used to do.
Oh, okay.
How about this, though?
Okay.
I can now get crazy outfits at home, but I can also get awesome outfits thanks to this deal we got going on.
Yeah.
Chatsports.com/NFL Friday. So if you want some new gear, the holidays right around the corner, you're not going to find better deal than what we got. Some of this stuff, 50% off. That Julio Jones jersey used to be $150.
Yeah.
It's $75 now. And if you need it,
super discounted because it's the old jersey color. But I think it looks great.
Yeah, it's a high-quality jersey.
As the current ones. It's an official Nike jersey, so why not go get it? It's a great deal.
Chatsports.com/NFL jersey. That link is in the comments. It's also in the description. We're just trying to hook you guys up with the best deals available. So, again, if you need something maybe for the holidays, now's your time to get it. This stuff is going to go quick. T-shirts, jerseys, hats, all of it.
It's good. I like that Saints hoodie a lot.
Chatsports.com/NFL Friday. It's in the comments. It's in the description. Take advantage of these deals. Crane Gang. Will Raven make the postseason?
Playoffs. I don't know. P.O. You could have just said P.O.
Yeah.
You tried to guess and went with postseason, which was wrong.
I saw P.O.
If you had asked me this 3 weeks ago,
yes,
I would have said, you know it. And now I'm like,
Crane Gang, do you think that they end up beating the Steelers on Sunday? Because if they don't, they go to 6-5.
The Dolphins' schedule gets really tough the rest of the way. Yeah. But even then, there's still Tennessee / the Colts to deal with. There's still the Browns, who are just winning games ugly.
Their schedule gets easier.
Still the Raiders. So that's going to be really interesting to see how that all fits together.
All right, we got Webb's World with the Super Chat. Appreciate you. Draft Paris Ford to replace Edmonds.
Yeah, the Pittsburgh Steelers fan wants to take the Panthers safety Paris Ford to replace Terrell Edmonds. First off, who could have told you that Terrell Edmonds wasn't that good of a safety? Me. I do think Paris Ford is an interesting fit.
Okay.
I don't know if he's an ideal pairing next to Minkah Fitzpatrick. Minkah can kind of play everywhere. I think Paris Ford at some level could play a little bit everywhere. Ford did opt out early, and although I like the prospect, I'm thinking day 2, maybe he slips to day 3 potentially. When Ford opted out, Pitt was in the middle of a 4-game losing streak.
All right.
And I'm not sure it's fair, but I can tell you that the whispers and stuff around the NFL were that, hey, why is he opting out in the midst of a losing streak when Pitt's still playing football games? There were at least some questions raised about the timing of that. I kind of think Ford is going to be best as a deep safety, and I wonder if that's a little bit too much of an overlap with Minkah Fitzpatrick. But if you have two good deep safeties, I think you'll end up being okay. So depending on the range, I think it could make some sense.
This one's from Jinxie386. All right, let's say the boys don't bring back Dak. Where will he sign? Thanks. All right, Tom, I'm just going to let you take this one.
Couple different NFL teams just come on up and say, you know what? We're going to throw the bag at Dak Prescott. The Chicago Bears go, let's see, we can't develop quarterback talent. We can't evaluate quarterback talent. Let's just pay this top 10 quarterback whatever he wants. The Colts go, we have Matt Eberflus, who knows Dak Prescott as the Colts DC. We'll pay him a bunch of money as well. The Saints are like, screw Taysom Hill. Let's go younger and get an actual quarterback in there. The Patriots have interest. Numerous NFL teams do that because if the Cowboys are smart, they will realize what the rest of the NFL has realized. You don't let a top 10 quarterback leave. I mean, the Rams and Eagles paid Jared Goff and Carson Wentz. Now, a couple of those deals they probably have regrets on. Dak's better than those quarterbacks. Even though he's coming off the injury, if you are the Dallas Cowboys, maybe it's a franchise tag for now and you live with that. You messed up in 2019 by not getting that deal done. If you're the Cowboys, you cannot have a situation where you lose Dak Prescott because what you're hoping for is that quarterback you draft next, well, maybe he is close to being as good as Dak Prescott, and then you're in a situation where hopefully he develops really well, becomes a top 10 quarterback, and now we got to pay this guy just like we had to pay Dak Prescott, and we're hoping he's just as good. So for me, Mitch, I think it's pretty obvious here. You just pay Dak Prescott. And if it's a franchise tag for a year to get him healthy, okay, fine. It's going to be expensive, but you just pay that guy.
If you guys have any Cowboys questions, NFL questions, you can always hit up Tom on Twitter. He's at @WhatGoingDowney. So where will Dak play in 2021? Type C for the Cowboys. Type O for other. I think the only way you type O for other is if you're nervous that for some reason they don't pay him the money after a season-ending ankle injury. Like, if he comes back 100%, you better.
And they're hyping up.
What happens if he comes back like 90%?
The front office is hyping up. He's still better than Carson Wentz. They're still hyping up. Oh, he's ahead of schedule. So it sounds like they believe in him. So maybe just pay him. I don't know.
It's Lee YT. What's the Panthers' future?
They are in a very unique spot where the team has won enough games enough games to not be in top 5, top 10 quarterback range.
However,
Teddy Bridgewater is a quality quarterback.
Yeah.
But with the way this Panthers team is constructed, it's not going to be enough to guarantee they're going to do a lot in the postseason. So I think they're just kind of building out the rest of the roster, having a nice bridge quarterback, and finding a quarterback at some point in the future. I still think that defense needs more help. It's very young, but they will get
Let me ask you this. Do you think Teddy Bridgewater is the starting quarterback for the Panthers the next 3 years?
No, not all 3 years.
Okay.
At some point, they will try to find a younger rookie quarterback. I'll tell you what, Trey Lance would be an ideal quarterback for Carolina.
So despite paying him 3 years, $63 million, you think they're going to be somebody
not
else?
Much. That's not a lot of money.
I wish I could be in a spot where I could say 3 years, $63 million, not much.
Ideally, you get Trey Lance this year.
Okay.
Sit him for a year, redshirt him, and then see if he's good to go. That Teddy Bridgewater contract becomes very movable after next season.
Okay.
It might be more of a 2-year deal in the end for Teddy Bridgewater, but we'll see what Carolina does. They certainly have options.
Ramona, get a picture. Zach Wilson to the 49ers. Maybe.
They might have to trade up to go get him. I think that the NFL is pretty high on Zach Wilson. He's been very impressive this year. He's been slinging the football around, making really good high-difficulty throws deep downfield. He moves well in the pocket. I do wonder a little bit how the fit is with a Niners offensive style that has preferred a quarterback with really steady and consistent footwork. Zach Wilson is great out of structure. I think there are times in structure he needs some work, but I think Shanahan would find a way to maximize him. So if the Niners can get him, I think it'd be a good fit.